Hello everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and as always, thank you so much for all the support in the past couple videos, and honestly in all the videos as of late. It's been an incredible first couple months here on YouTube, and the past couple videos are doing so well, so many nice comments. Thank you all for commenting. I'm definitely going to try out the Abbasid, as you all mentioned. Pretty much everyone recommended the Abbasid, so I'm going to give them a try. And if you do enjoy the video, please do drop a like on this video. It helps a lot, and also subscribe if you're new. Now let's get into the actual gameplay. This is the new patch. Now in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Give You Anxiety as the new French, and we have Blade 5555 as the Abbasid. Blade is an awesome streamer, same as Give You Anxiety. These are the two that I was able to find for a top 50 gameplay on the new patch. I know I just casted one of Give You Anxiety's games. I try to mix it up a little bit in terms of player, but this is the quickest one, and I also want to turn this out way quicker than normal, so this is going to be posted Wednesday morning instead of Wednesday late afternoon. That being said, the current win rate between the Abbasid and the French is that the Abbasid are currently sitting at a 46-47% win rate against the French, so technically speaking, Give You Anxiety should have the edge here. Now, as I mentioned, there is a new patch. The new patch just dropped, and I know you all scrolled down for two things, because I've seen you all on Reddit and you all complain about two things. One, trade. Two, the English. As an English main, I don't think the English are as crazy overpowered as some might say. I think they need some more tweaks, but they did get nerfed a little bit, but not what you would imagine, nor what the people wanted. But that's not what this video is about. So I will pop up the trade income reduced by 10%. Now this is a balance note. There's a balance note from the developer right below it. This balance change is stepping stone. So they're on their way. This is not the final solution. This is just to give some relief until that next patch drops in 6 weeks. So don't freak out yet. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think the trade trick has to be fixed first and foremost. But we can see that this will at least reduce a little bit of the trade annoyance going on. But I mean, there were some other things going on in this patch note. They made some trebuchet changes, which I think will be nice for the game. There's a lot of keep drops going on, a lot of X, Y, and Z. We do have the military wing, so let's scroll past all that nonsense because we can get to the trebuchets as a later note. But the first things first is, as all of you Abbasid players, and you've been saying how much you love the Abbasid and how much I should play them, and you always comment on all of my Abbasid videos that you love them, so I love casting them for you guys. They did get the most nerfs of anyone. The most buffs. Wow, talking today can be difficult. So the first one was the trade wing. Now provides a scaling trader, so 3, 4, or 5 depending on the age. The military wing, which we see Blade going for in this one, provides another archer in the feudal age, so a total of 2 spearmen and 2 archers. And the culture wing, the preservation of knowledge cost has reduced. I think these are solid buffs to the Abbasid. It will make them a little bit more flexible. I think that extra archer actually does help a ton, especially against players like the English, stuff like that really can get some quick aggression out. And also, as well, an early knight versus 2 spearmen and 2 archers is not going to do much at all. That being said, scrolling down here to the old French base of Give You Anxiety, the French also received a buff this patch. The town center now production rate bonus increased from 10, 10, 15, and 20 to 10, 15, 20, 25. This helps the French scaling a lot better. The major issue that most people can agree on with the French, they have cool knights. They're kind of pigeonholed in 1v1s, which that is what it is. You're going to see knights as the French. They're fun to play. That's the whole point of the Civ. It's kind of awesome. So they get a lot of counters with a lot of spearmen. But their economy is not the best. So this actually, I think, was going to be a nice improvement. There's also one, the Royal Knights now correctly deal damage on their next attack after charging. I'm not entirely sure what that means, as I don't really play French. I'm assuming that maybe they didn't do enough damage that they were supposed to, or maybe they did too much. I'm not sure if that's a nerf or a buff. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I tried to do as much research as I could on this stuff, but I'm just barely a gold / almost platinum player. So just remind you of that. I've been grinding. because I know that one of these days you guys are gonna have to see me play this actual game, and I want to make sure that I'm not completely awful. So I have been grinding with my friend. I've also been grinding 1v1s because I actually find those easier. So we'll see. So that being all said, we have the military wing going down for Blade. Now the current meta, as you can see, with the Abbasid is a few TCs. We've seen this in the past couple videos of all high-level Abbasids. I think the current metric I've heard a few pro players kind of say is you pretty much need more TCs than your opponent, and that's the key to success as the Abbasid. Well, it's interesting to see if these buffs help out at all. I do like this early wall over here by Blade, making it so that the knight has to go all the way around, and by that time, when you only have one to deal with, you're going to have this little... Where's your little army, Blade? Where are they? They're over here protecting an early town center. Surprise, surprise. Here they go. Let's see. Royal Knight. Look at this, look at this. Zoom in, zoom in. The archers decided to get frisky with it. I was going to say, you better run. What are you doing? Oh! Gets love tap. That's okay. No worries at all. These early knights are so cool. And just bap. Go ahead, chase that scout down. It doesn't matter. The archer's getting a little bit frisky with it. I respect the hustle, absolutely. You gotta respect though. Let's see, is this the buff? Oh, so it does one-shot them. So give you anxiety to actually get some pretty good value out of this, which is actually kind of awesome. Just playing Ring Around the Rosie with these spears. There's the micro you need. Spears versus knights. I was talking to my friend earlier about this. I know they should do... Oh no, you don't want to lose this early knight. This could be huge by Blade if they were able to pick it up. You always trade one civilian for a knight. But I was saying, I know counters in this game exist and they're so cool, like spearmen are countered by archers, and spearmen counter cavalry, and mangonels counter massive balls of units. X, Y, and Z. I will say, it does feel, at the current moment, that spearmen are just so good against cavalry. It's crazy. And I think it's the reason why that you see so many spearmen late game. They're just so good at everything. Now, as I'm blabbering on, we have an early expansion from the French player as well, which, I could have been definitely commenting more on the game instead of blabbering on about how spearmen counter horse. I will say, there was action going around over here, so I wasn't completely in the wrong, but I probably should have at least noticed the blue blob down here. So, on to the deer, and also tons of food. A double berry patch, which we love to see. A regular old farm down here. We got berry acres going on, just hanging out. We have a scout trying to put away... Does get one shot on the deer, 2 shots on the deer that are slightly far away from the Abbasid town center. We have a third town center going down already for Blade. So... Playing the game of just get down as many town centers as humanly possible and outscale your opponent that way. Now, with these buffs to the French, you can already see that the civilian lead is kind of already starting to ramp up a little bit, which is nice. We'll see if that impacts in Castle and if this game goes even later. We have Blade putting down another wall over here to prevent the knight run by. That being said, as we know from the observer point of view, there's no more knights coming. You are safe. I'm interested. We already have an early castle coming from Giving Anxiety. We have the guild hall going down. So this is going to be a long one. No one's stopping anyone. Blade's on 3 base. Give You Anxiety is on 2 base going into castle. There has been 1 actual military unit produced. These 4 were just given to the Abbasid player. It was traded for 1 civilian, so I guess worth. Does this give you a knight? No. Okay, so that's my bad. It does not give you a knight. You have to buy it. You do have to purchase that 1 knight. Now I'm going to take a sip of tea because my throat is hurting a little bit, and I think this is going to be a very long game, so I'm trying to save myself. Oh, tea is the best at night, I will say. I hope it doesn't put me to sleep. As you've seen from some of my shorts, getting close to that yield 30 mark, so 1 cup of tea and it is lights out. But we have the Castle Age coming in. I'm just trying to fill some time here because honestly, this is going to be an absolute slugfest later on. We already have... Oh, why? I will get these one day. I feel like I shouldn't have even tried to cast an Arbalatir. That's good enough. I think that's close enough. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. I really do appreciate you guys correcting me and giving me just constructive criticism if I pronounce a name wrong, a unit wrong, or pretty much anything. I'm always happy to understand how to get better at these things, and I believe that was close enough. I'm just going to call them crossbowmen, which I think is also a totally acceptable answer. They are special, though. They have a little shield and everything. We have the economic wing going down for blade, which the economic wing will give a boost. So we don't even have boot camp yet or anything like that. So the fertile crescent will come out. So we are just looking to Abbasid 3, 4, maybe 5 TC, and then boom. I think that looks like the play here. It looks probably pretty solid. Scout went down. We still have just the military units going in. We have phalanx. Where did that knight come from? I feel like I just missed it again. There we go. I was going to say find him. Did he get it? Did not get it in time. Just kidding. How rude of that was by the controller. That civilian was safe and sound. Pops out, catches a quick blade to the side of the face. A little bit rude by Blade there to his villager, but I think they can recover. Give you anxiety taking a peek around with this knight and probably realizing, holy crap, we're going to have to deal with a very, very deep economy from the Abbasid player. On the other side, though, we do have a sizable force being built up around here. We have the world's slowest gate takedown by one crossbowman. I will say a little bit rude on this guy. Oh, there we go. I was going to say a little bit rude, a little bit like, it's like workers on the side of the road where like one's working, the rest are just like kind of like, you got this. That's kind of what it felt like. Big energy over there for that. Now we have a plethora of berry pickers over here, going to each side, going one to the town center, one to the little mill over here. We have a lot of gold going down. We have a knight about to die, and then we do already have a monk on the field scooping up relics, which I think will play a major part. Do they have any of the relics? They do not. Oh, yes, they do. They have one more relic over here. I looked at that time. That knight gets absolutely shredded. We have a double berry patch over here as well. So both players at least benefiting from the double berries. These are crushing. Giving anxiety is crushing them. Oh no! Able to shoot 6 villagers over the wall. These crossbowmen having that extra... Do they have extra range? I don't think they do. I think it's just normal range. But they were able to snipe out 5 civilians over the tree line, which is really, really rough. At the same time, though, Blade's not super worried. Has 3 TCs. Can pretty much produce at a rapid rate. We do have a lot of technology going down for Blade on this side for the Abbasid player. We have even more upgrades going down for the French player. The French obviously with that technology boost. So really both players looking to play this late game. It's looking like we're going to have a knight / horseman and crossbowman build coming from the Abbasid player. I will say a great response. We just have straight spears and archers, which will absolutely annihilate this army composition because the horses will run into these juiced up spearmen, and these crossbowmen will get absolutely melted. Oh, some crossbowmen as well for Blade mixed in as well to deal with the knights too. But the crossbowmen are not going to be... There's no armored unit for them to shoot. There's the mangonel from seeing all these crossbowmen in the field, which I like that as well. But the crossbowmen for Give You Anxiety have nothing to shoot at the current moment. There's no armor to do well into. So it's going to be one of those things where these are very, very expensive units. We have another civilian going down, which, oh no, it's like when all your friends get to go to one thing, and then you're just like, oh, there's no more room. That was kind of like what that was. That was rough. We have some horsemen they're gonna catch these hands in a second. Nope, they dip out real quick. This armor competition, I don't love it from the French player. We only have one knight. We do have chivalry coming down. Don't love that engage. Get away. Get away. You're gonna, oh no. Getting absolutely shredded. Do not let these go down. Oh no. Oh, a little warning shot there from the mangonel. Just letting knows who is business. And we have these horses looping back around on the backhand side. Looking to, I'm assuming, catch some straggler units, but they're only spearmen, which is not going to be what you want. Blade pushing through the front end, getting them off of these deer. But the economies are very, very robust, so I think it's going to take a few engages. We do have an engage here, but I would love to see a few archers coming out from Give You Anxiety. Ooh, we have a good mangonel shot coming in over the top. These civilians need to move for sure. Here they go, and they're onto the berries over here. So one more shot, yes. And there they go. We're gonna move them. No, they deserve a medal. Now they're gone. The mangonel getting a good pot shot over in here. We have a ton of horsemen coming out, giving anxiety. So if they can get a good surround on these mangonels, it could be a good and valuable trade. Was that a springhold? What just took out that mangonel? One mangonel going down, so now just down to one. Ooh, a huge shot going down onto this one. There's a springhold, both going down. So now Giving Anxiety looks like to be in the driver's seat. A very, very large force, and it's only archers left, which have to definitely run away from all these horsemen. We have 15 horsemen on the field. We have 23 crossbowmen. We have 13, 17, and 18 for Blade. A nice, very robust and rounded out army. Now we have a sprinkle of man-at-arms as well. They will get absolutely shredded by the amount of crossbowmen on the field for the French player. So I don't think you need many of these, but again, they're pro players. They've played in Golden League. They're top 50. They can make their own decisions. They're probably making the right one. So definitely copy them and don't listen to me. That being said, we also have the luxury of seeing a constant view of exactly what each person has, which plays a major role as to why I can make these comments. Sometimes the play... Hello? Oh, I was just going to say. I was like, we're just going to let that happen. We're just going to let that roll like that. The horsemen falling back, trying to give way so they can cut through these front lines. But Blade just seeming to have the stronger military force at the current moment. The balance is allowing them to cut through. There's no really armor for these crossbowmen to shoot through, so there's nothing to really melt. There's nothing that's worth the trade of them as well. If you kill a few of those, it's worth the trade every single time for a few archers. We do have compass bows coming out, which means the reload time is going to be even slower, or even quicker, which is great. What is this? This is going down for Blade. I love this forward keep. If 1v1's got in gold, platinum, definitely push out. Make sure you have map control, because the amount of times I've lost the game by just staying turtled and realizing that I'm walking into a keep in mid-map is brutal. So we do have an outpost over here. One of the other nerfs was that stone springhold encampments. Cannon encampments were made a lot more expensive. So, or maybe it was, I think it was cannon encampments. Mainly I think that's for like team games, but I think it's also going to be very helpful in 1v1s when they go to not make a stalemate. We have a very forward and aggressive keep, making it even more forward and aggressive. Love Blade's decision making here. Going, you know what? If you're not going to stop me from putting it down here, I'm going to move up even further, and you can't stop me. So we have a crazy economy going on with 112 and 109. We have tons of civil soldiers being built constantly. We have 2 knights sprinkled in as well, probably just for harassment purposes completely. We have those knights going down immediately, so they were for harassment purposes. We have a fat army moving in, looking to take out this relic shack, is essentially what it is. What is the official name of it? The monastery. The monastery is going to go down, and now do all these relics pop out? I don't think I've ever actually seen a monastery go down this quickly and this early. Yes, they all pop out. So that's actually huge. Blade able to pick that off, which gives all those buffs and all those things are now gone, which is actually kind of wild. One Springhold going down. Blade try the wall, but not going to happen. We have the archers picking them off almost instantly. We have these very, very expensive crossbowmen getting absolutely ripped apart by these pretty cheap archers. And this is not looking good for the French player. These archers are not, these very expensive crossbowmen are just not getting enough value into this army. This army is so squishy. So one mangonel, honestly, knights into this as well would be brutal because they can't kill anything. This archer mass just trading so well. Like I said, you just want to keep trading into this because it's just so worth it. These are so much more expensive if you quickly go and look. 80 to 40, and then a regular archer is only 30 and 50. So you'll take these trades all day long. We did have some worker kills over here. Now it'd be even funnier if they were able to steal one of these relics. Is this a blade? Oh my god. An absolute forward keep going down by Blade. See if they can get this in. We have streaming from both sides. We have more spearmen coming in. We have a very, very sizable archer mass. Not much going on for the French player, honestly. We got 13 and 3. I will say, though, Blade's on 3 TCs, and the French player is only on 2. And look at, they are able to keep up civilian-wise with that new buff. So interesting to see that we're seeing out that way. And I don't think the old French could have made it this long against a 3 TC Abbasid with all these, essentially with all these archers. We do have 3 relics man down. We do have another keep going forward as well for Blade. This is not looking good at all. Just death by 1,000 keeps going on right now, which is never what you want to see. These Springholds are making sure that there's no mangonels that pop out, because the mangonel does counter this. So this is very smart by Blade to keep this mass up here of these Springholds, because you definitely do not want to see a mangonel pop out for giving anxiety. That would absolutely crush this army. As I mentioned, there's no armor over here. So these crossbowmen are really just, they're way less effective. Oh, all those horsemen charge right into the spearmen and get absolutely obliterated. And spearmen are actually a perfect tank for this army because, again, there's nothing for that. They just get right in on it. The French player doing as best as they possibly could. There's a helping fort in the background for the French player as well, ripping through these soldiers. But there's so many upgrades. Look at Blade's 3 upgrades is nuts, and then two against range for defense. Giving Anxiety does have that as well. Cleaning this up, I don't know. I mean, but both economies are so good right now. So I will say, look at the money coming in, especially for the French player. Do we have any trade going on? We do not. No trade. It's over here. We do have Blade with the BM gold mine, just taking the gold right from out from under him. There's a very forward keep. I'm not sure how the French player can kind of find their way out of this. Giving Anxiety is in a very, very tough spot with so many keeps going forward. The Abbasid player kind of just allowed to completely econ up. The transition to farms is already going up as well for Blade. We have a constant stream of soldiers going across. They're not even capped at the current moment. Neither is Give You Anxiety, but enough are able to be produced. Still going with this army composition of horsemen and expensive crossbows. I don't think you want to dive this keep, though. We have rams coming out too. They're going to be in the defense and within the range. Oh, these poor scholars just getting absolutely melted by this keep. Doesn't really have anything in it. Gonna go for this next landmark here, and then I think that's the final one. Blade is also an Imperial Age. Apologies that I missed that. I've just been casting the craziest of just constant aggression. What wing? So the only one that didn't get was trade wing. So culture, military, and economic. I believe all the buff ones besides trade. Yeah, trade's the only one that didn't get the new one that didn't get built. But that being said, I mean, the French player, though, does have 130. Give you anxiety, does have 130 civilians in the back end here. So, can continue to make these trades because the economy is popping. Look at that food. Blade's economy is also incredible. So, I would definitely give a tip to gold, silver, platinum, even diamond players. Rams are low-key underrated, especially in late game. If you can start to build a few Rams, like if you had a few Rams over here that was getting through over here, getting a few Rams over here, it is very distracting, and they do a lot of damage. They move pretty quickly with that upgrade, I believe, that Blade got. I believe they have the quicker movement speed, and they really can crush buildings. So, and we have the fire arrows as well coming in, just absolutely ripping into it. All these archers just doing so well. This keep is the next target for these Rams. And here we go. It looks like we're going to have another engagement. We have so many things. And there's all... Oh no, are those horsemen going into getting absolutely ripped apart? We have some knights spread in as months. I see that you must prepare the landmark. I understand. Get it off of the HUD. We have knights, we have normal horsemen trying to get into one of these back lines, but they're just going to be trading into a army that's constantly streaming, as you can see in the back end. These fully juiced and upgraded crossbowmen are doing work for the French player. It's unfortunate, though, that they're being traded out for just the cheaper versions of themselves. And one Springhold does go down. We have Springholds taking pot shots at now normal archers, which is kind of funny, and just ripping into cavalry. We have Rams are not able to get through. This is put a stop to it. This one Ram just taking out the infrastructure, which is always pretty crazy. We have these trying to get in. We have a mangonel on the back end. I wonder if Blade was able to see that and see if they could get into this. But it is crazy. Just the battle of the economies. As you can see, look at how much 15 and 10 are being built. Look at how much Give You Anxiety can build. It's just almost unlimited at this point. With this much food and gold coming in and wood, they can just continue to build this army constantly. Blade was able to gain so much map control by this early aggression, though. And as we can see, the farms are going up for them. They're really starting into a transition state. What is going down over here? They are going to put a keep. That is the world's shortest wall ever, though. And they realize that there's wallers, they head back. Back into the non-stop fighting that this game is. Absolutely insane. You would have to assume that Give You Anxiety has to go up to age 4 soon, or this is going to be over very quickly, because we have upgrade to elite. Even we have the camel archers, we have the camel shields, we have the camel riders, so we're going to start to see those, I'm assuming, coming out. Do we see any camels on the way? I don't see them, but we do have the upgrades coming in if Blade decides to go that route. We have more archers trading super, super well, but the French player is able to push this back, and the mango shot, just kidding, just undoes, does it again, and there it is. Nice damage, but nice micro by Blade on that one. Microing these crossbowmen so well. This Springhold able to get the mangonel again, which is always really rough. We have a forward keep going down with 140 civilians. It doesn't really matter at this point, even if a few go down. So Give You Anxiety, realizing they just need to build some sort of defense to keep this off, because their economy is really, really good. Blade was able to get through over here. They snuck through over on this route. It looks like this keep is able to go down, but there's already a keep up for Give You Anxiety. So it's just going to be keep versus keep action. There's so many forward keeps. Both economies are just so good. They can just keep trading all these crazy things. We have a cannon emplacement going down for this forward keep, which is going to be pretty huge. It's just kind of killing a house at the current moment. But now it's taking pot shots over here. We have more archers coming down for Blade streaming through the middle of the map. Here come the camel riders. They're very, very expensive, but if they can get to a critical mass, and there it is. The Red Palace is built up in front. I'm an idiot. I thought that was a normal keep, but it's the Red Palace, the defensive landmark for the French. So hopefully this can now provide enough damage to take out this keep and to help them stave off these camel riders. Note that these camel riders are light cavalry again, so there's still no bonus damage for these crossbowmen. There's nothing of armor being built on Blade's side, completely negating the power of these crossbowmen. Let's see, they're probably gonna get the upgrade pretty soon over here on the French side of things. But this Red Palace should provide some safety for a little while. We have, oh, it's just the house. I was like, what's going on? We have this lone archer and lone elite spearman doing damage over here. We have a keep going down over here, which has killed 50 workers by Blade at this point. Blade is now amassing another unit over here. We have, oh no, we have the trebuchet going to go after the Red Palace. Yep. And this is only going to be able to take, that is a lot of damage. They really do a lot of damage to the Red Palace. Look at, is that 500 per shot? No, okay, like 400 per shot. But still, and Blade loving doing this, taking all of his gold. We have keep over here, attacking this keep, but then we have this keep protecting this as well. Blade taking even more gold. We have the Red Palace getting peppered. On the back end, we have almost 19 camel riders. Age 4 units kind of just starting to really amass. Where are they hanging out? Look at them. Just gold hanging out. Just absolutely chilling. You do not want to go late game against the Abbasid. Or pretty much, there's a lot of civilizations, but the Abbasid is definitely not one you want to mess with, especially with this much of economy on the back end. We do have the special cannon coming out for the French, a little bit souped up. Interesting to see what they're going to do with that, but these springholds are going to make quick work of that. This Red Palace is not going to stand a chance. It provided a little bit of cover. That's about it. Blade not even going to wait for the whole thing to go down. Just going, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm moving in right now. And the Red Palace is still up just by the skin of its teeth. The camel rider is rolling in. As I mentioned though, they do not do that much damage, and it's the perfect thing into this kind of army composition. There's no spears on the map at the current moment for give you anxiety. It's all these horses in the back end, but these camels are just better versions of them. They're like, hey, what's up? We're gonna absolutely slaughter you, and there they go. These these horsemen do trade out for the trebuchets, but as we saw, trebuchets actually got reduced in how much they cost, and all those horsemen get absolutely slaughtered. Here is the lone siege cannon. There's two. Where's the other one? Where's the other one hanging out? Am I just blind? You guys probably see it right now, don't you? No, I don't see it, so I'm gonna call it a day. Rams coming in. Again, I love the Rams. They are so cost effective. Oh, the cannon probably went and did work over there and took those out. So now the French player has access to gold again, which is pretty huge. We have another landmark over here, which I'm sure is getting taken out next. And the last one is this one. So this is actually... Wait, if this landmark goes down, is it all over? Yes, right? If that goes down, because... No, where's the third one? There's the guild hall. Okay. So now if the guild hall goes down, it's all over. I wonder if Blade knows where it is, because if he does, he could just send all these rams right to the guild hall. We have a massive camel engage going on. We have the fire archers coming in. We have rams going out the front. I don't know how Give You Anxiety is still in this game, but I think it really does go to say how good the economy is right now for both players. And the French really able to make a ton of civilians so quickly, so many villagers. But these fire arrows just peppering away. We have these rams taking out all this infrastructure up top, which is not going to be good. That's pretty much all all Give You Anxiety has in the front end. We have all of these archery ranges going down. Again, these rams are just so good and so effective. And here comes another ram to take out this keep. This keep has been standing for quite a while. We have Springholts. I don't even know what they're shooting. I think just stuff for fun at this point. We have camel archers going down. Do we have any? We do have 2 siege. We do have 2 trebuchets in the back end. I was wondering how this was getting cooked so quickly. We have civilians being pulled over here for Give You Anxiety. They've decided that if someone wants to cast this game, they're going to lose their voice for sure, and that person is me. We have more horsemen just running to their death through all these fire arrows. The absolute, I mean, you can't say they're not brave. You can't. That is something you cannot say about these people. We have even more archers going down. This is madness. And here they go. We have horsemen popping out the backhand side. We have 1 ram has found his destination, which is the last landmark. I wonder if Give You Anxiety is going to notice this in time. There's a Springholt, so they will eventually clean this up. But the constant just moving. Look at how much resources Blade's floating, even with the 200. At this point, you can just start getting those. I was going to say, just get any upgrades that you can possibly find, because you just have so much available to you. Everything's fully maxed out. Blade has rams. We have protecting the final frontier, which is this final landmark. But these rams are going to, you know what? We're going to go after infrastructure even more. Here comes the golden camel archers. Are these still level 3? No, there's elite horsemen. So elite horsemen versus elite camels. I believe camels win. And here we go. There's the mango. But that mango, I was going to say you want to be careful with it because it's definitely in range. We have these trebuchets on the backhand side doing so much damage completely. We have this entire side of the map untouched. We have this entire side of the map untouched. Everyone's economy is just going crazy. I've never seen someone get attacked this much and just have this much like economic prowess in the back end. So definitely a new interesting map on the map pool. We have another engage over here. You might want to get out of there, horsies. This is not the fight you want to take. And these fire archers are just absolutely peppering them. Mangoes could get a few shots over here. There they go. But not enough. Still no spearmen in the mix, so these camel riders are lasting a very long time. There's another mango shot going in, which is very nice. If they can clean these up, they can definitely clean up these archers, because this is the right composition you want for into those archers. And so Give You Anxiety really doing well, turning it around a little bit here. This is finally paying off. At the same time, I don't think he sees this Guildhall one. Oh no! Give You Anxiety was finally winning the battle, but I don't think. Oh, and there it is, a landmark victory. I think Give You Anxiety was finally turned the tide of the actual military battle and loses out to a cheeky ram in the back. It's one of those things where rams do play a really awesome role late game, and even the siege, the trebuchets were on it. So awesome game. I can't believe it went that long. Great players by both sides. That's the new patch. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy the video and you do enjoy the content, please do drop a sub and like on the video. I appreciate all the new people, and thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.